Good morning. All right, we are going to start working on reducing fractions because pretty soon we're going to get into operations with fractions, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. So when you have your final answer needs to be reduced to lowest terms. So if you were to add two fractions together and your answer was 4/18, 4/18 would not be reduced to lowest terms. So remember when we were making those division ladders and I showed you guys how you could reduce a fraction to lowest terms using a division ladder? So that's what we're going to do up here. You're going to put the numerator and the denominator inside your ladder. You're going to divide by a common factor. So 4 divided by 2, 18 divided by 2. Now those two numbers at the bottom of your ladder is your fraction reduced to lowest terms. But we're not going to leave our answer. So that's not an answer. That was just the work that you did to get to the answer. So your final answer needs to be written like a fraction with the numerator on the top, the denominator on the bottom, and we're going to put a box around our final answer. All right. What if we subtracted two fractions and our answer was 30/33? So then we would put both the numerator and the denominator inside a ladder. Those are both divisible by 3. So 30 divided by 3 is 10. 33 divided by 3 is 11. Those cannot be reduced anymore. So that final answer would be 10/11. What if your answer was 8/90? You put the numerator and the denominator inside a ladder. Those are both divisible by 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 90 divided by 2 is 45. Now, if you didn't know that, so look at, if you didn't know that 90 divided by 2 was 45, you're going to have to do some long division up here to get to that answer. So 90 divided by 2, 2 goes into 9 4 times. Whoops. 4 times, and that's 8. And 2 times 5 is 10. All right, let's look at number 4. So we've got 50/75. So as soon as I see those numbers, what I'm thinking is divisibility rules. So we learned that numbers ending in 0 and 5 are divisible by 5. So I know that 5 times 10 is 50, so 50 divided by 5 would be 10. I'm not sure what 75 divided by 5 is. So I'm going to come down here and figure it out. So 5 goes into 7 once, that's 5, and 5 times 5 is 25, so 75 divided by 5 must be 15. Now, those still end with a 0 and a 5, so I'm going to have to divide again by 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2, 15 divided by 5 is 3. Put your fraction bar, write your answer as a fraction. So that's going to reduce to 2/3. Number 5, 21/63. Sometimes when we see a bigger odd number, we automatically think it can't be divided. So this is when we go back to those divisibility rules. So put your numerator and denominator on the inside. Are these numbers divisible by 2? No, they're odd numbers. Are they divisible by 3? Add your digits together. 2 plus 1 is 3. And 6 plus 3 is 9. Oh, that means I can divide them by 3. So I know 3 times 7 is 21. I'm not sure what 63 divided by 3 is, so I'm going to come over here and do some long division. So 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 1. So 63 divided by 3 is 21. Now I'm looking at these two numbers, 7 and 21. I know 7 is a factor of 21. So I can divide both of those by 7. So 7 divided by 7 and 21 divided by 7. So that fraction is going to reduce to 1/3. 9/33. Let's see. Well, I know 9 is divisible by 3 and 9. Now I'm going to add these digits together. 3 plus 3 is 6. So we've got a sum of 9 and a sum of 6. So I can't divide by 9, but I can divide by 3. So 9 divided by 3, and 33 divided by 3 is 11. So that's going to reduce to 3/11. So the rest of this page is for practice. If you guys want to go ahead and practice those, and then we can check in later during East time if you want to come see us and see how you did on your practice for your notes. All right, so the next thing we're going to look at is how to convert an improper fraction to a mixed number. So sometimes when you add or subtract fractions, your answer is going to be called improper. So improper means the numerator is bigger than the denominator. In order to have a proper fraction, the numerator has to be smaller than the denominator. Now, remember we've talked a lot this year about what that fraction bar means? Remember that fraction bar means to divide. So 12/5 is really asking you, what is 12 divided by 5? So we're going to do 12 divided by 5. 5 can't go into 1. 5 times 2 is 10. Subtract and get 2. Now, watch what I'm going to do. This remainder becomes your numerator, and the denominator stays a 5. So that final answer is 2 2/5. Next fraction I'm looking at is 9/2. That's improper, so we're going to divide the numerator by the denominator. So I know 2 times 4 is 8. I subtract and have 1 left over. Again, this remainder of 1 comes up here to become the numerator, and the denominator is going to stay at 2. So that is going to be 4 1/2. Looking at 4/3. So that is asking, what is 4 divided by 3? Well, we know 3 can go into 4 once with 1 left over. This remainder becomes the numerator, and the denominator stays a 3. So that would be 1 1/3. Looking at 11/3. Divide 11 by 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. This remainder becomes the numerator in your fraction, and the denominator is going to stay a 3. So that answer would be 3 2/3. Looking at 15/4. 15 divided by 4. So 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract and get 3 left over. This remainder becomes the numerator in your fraction, and the denominator is going to stay a 4. So that's 3 3/4. All right, so you guys can go ahead and practice those. If you'd like to check in with me, you can come see me during East time. This should be a review of 5th grade math. So that is your lesson for today. I will see you later.